The topic for today is, will you be replaced by a robot or AI in your job? Now, we are in the Aura Shopping Center in downtown BGC, Manila. And we're about to go in, and even though bodies are incredibly cheap in this country, you could get a full-time 14-hour-a-day servant who had no skills whatsoever for $200 a month with room and board. And despite the fact that labor is so cheap, Jollibee has put in robot waiters, and we're going to have a look at them in a few minutes as we enjoy the specialty of Jollibee, which is Chicken Joy. And I'm going to walk over here, and you're going to have a little look at Jollibee, and you're going to see what we're going to eat today. Chicken Joy, a big box of chicken, and it's going to be pretty delicious. And you can buy stock in this company. I'm not paid to promote them, but I think it's going to be like McDonald's. Right now it's small, and they have one branch in Milan and one branch in New York, but I got a feeling they're going to blanket the earth because this is quite a very good, inexpensive restaurant specializing in fried chicken. So let's go in and look at the robot waiters right now. Oh, look at this robot. It's going back. It just served the next table, and now it's going back to its perch. And it'll come back with our order, I hope, pretty soon. Well, you just saw the JollyBot automated robot waiter in action. I am sure this is a very primitive version. All it says is hi and hope you enjoyed your meal and goodbye. It doesn't really have a nice conversation with you, and it doesn't hand you the food. You have to take it out of the tray. But hey, what do you want for starters? Now, to talk about whether you personally are going to be replaced, obviously you can see from the JollyBot that waiters can only get better. The JollyBot avoids little kids, it avoids chairs, and it brings the food right to your table because you're holding on your table this little automated disc that has your order on it. Now, if you go to a factory that makes cars, you'll see that it's already 90% automated. The whole car production business and factories, all the repetitive tasks are now automated. Does that mean there's going to be zero employment? No, of course not. The people who run things, the technicians, are going to be around and in demand because everything breaks, even robots. So people that repair robots and program are going to be always in demand. But probably 95% of the workers are going to be done away with. In the new Tesla plants, there are very few workers and a lot of supervisors, or I shouldn't say supervisors, technicians. So factory repetitive jobs are going to be a thing of the past. Unskilled labor, well, there'll always be some need for unskilled labor in things like construction because there are so many one-time tasks. You can't build a robot to do something that's fairly simple and is only going to happen once in a whole construction job. How about astronauts? Well, you don't have to look very far to see that the Mars rover and the lunar lander, basically there has been no human astronauts going to other planets for 60 years. So the exploration of outer space is definitely, not that that's going to be your job, but that's going to be limited to robots. In the field of electronics and making chips, all robotic. Now, in another video, we showed you dozens of window walkers crawling up and down skyscrapers. I have a feeling that job can be done by robots, and but maybe not right away. But in the next 20 years, you're not going to see a lot of individuals crawling up and down 80-story buildings. How about medical doctors? Well, for diagnostics, you can already send a photograph and a little AI talk about what's wrong with you, and you'll get back a diagnosis. So visits to the doctors, and many doctors will be eliminated. Surgery, well, we knew an eye doctor many years ago, I'd say 10 years ago, who was already doing robotic eye surgery. Oh yeah, here's a good one, prostitutes. Well, the funny thing is, in Japan, they're already, what do you call them, brothels, I guess, where the girls are not girls, but they are silicone dolls with automated parts, and they will talk to you and sympathize and even make nice expressions with their faces. And it's reported that there are some men who really prefer these dolls to the real thing. Well, it's not my cup of tea, but how about soldiers? Well, nobody wants to go out in the field and have a bomb land on them. So obviously, soldiers, infantry are going to be replaced by little machines, and we've seen these things that look like dogs that carry things. They're already battlefield employed, and we've seen in Israel the little robots go in tunnels and they can smell out explosives and attract fire, so you don't have to send in human beings. Who's going to be around? Well, we'll come back to this topic more, but I'd say beauticians and barbers, where the customer can get a lot of gossip and have the personal touch, they're going to be around. Sports heroes, great footballers, and in America they call them soccer players, and they're going to be around and probably enhanced. Okay, now a robot is coming, and I don't know if we're going to focus on it, but let's focus on it. Oh, it's here with our order. And guess what? We are at table 28. Is it going to talk to us? What do I do? Do I talk to it?
The instructions.
What are the instructions?
Get your trays.
Get your tray. Okay. Are these all our trays? I guess so. Keep shooting. Wow, look at this. Well, I'm a little disappointed because the robot isn't talking to us at all. Oh, it did say bye bye. Okay, well, that's nice of it. Okay, so long. Bye bye, robot. Well, that was our experience. Okay, now we're going to have this delicious lunch: soup, French fries, chocolate sundaes, and the signature dish of Jollibee, chicken. Chicken joy. Here we go. So let us eat. Well, we decided that Jollibee was really quite tasty, and but as to the robots, I don't think they were labor-saving devices there. I think the whole idea was to amuse the kids, and because there was so much noise there, you didn't hear it, but the robots actually were singing. They were singing a nice little song, and the kids were waving at the robots. But as I said, they were not really labor saving. They were just a gimmick to amuse the kids, and they worked pretty well. They would go around chairs and people, and all around amusing. But one of the things that happened was somebody taking the tray off the robot spilled a whole bunch of drinks, and of course they needed a human being to mop up the mess. We didn't figure that was worth taking a picture of. Okay, so getting back to the main topic, which was who is going to be eliminated and who's going to still be around. Well, uh, because of the population pressure, guess what? Colonists will still be around. So when they're ready to send 1 million people to an obscure moon, there'll probably be bodies that'll be taken with. But even then, people are going to have to be trained. The total uneducated, strong back, there isn't going to be that much use for them in the future. So if you don't like school, well, too bad. You better learn something. Plumbers, electricians, repair people. You know, a computer programmer isn't going to fix a roof leak. So people who can do chores like that are always going to be in demand, as will handymen. Politicians, those guys who make promises they don't keep, they're going to be around forever, I guess, as long as there's democracies. Uh, well, very specialized professions, they're going to stay around with us, like archaeologists. Uh, if something is a totally new plant, a totally new animal, a totally new artifact from an ancient civilization, it's going to take a human being to deal with something totally new. AI can deal with things that existed in the past, uh, but if it's something new, you're still going to need human beings. So, for you, my dear viewer, well, be aware that you remember in the old days, people worked 16-hour days, and Henry Ford was the one who instituted the 8-hour day. And with more and more robotics and things taking over, we're probably going to have 4-hour days, a lot less labor and a lot more leisure time. And so things like Westworld, remember that movie where people would go and shoot it out with robot outlaws? That kind of thing will probably be more and more around, as will Disneyland, which is already largely robotized and is going to be more and more so in the future. So, with that, we're going to say goodbye, and the next video is going to be on common sense. So let's shift right over to common sense, and we're going to go to a different location for that.